Hey guys, Omni here. Welcome back for episode 8 of The Last of Us. We're in the back, not even back half. We're in the final 2 episodes. After this, it's just the finale, which I'm not ready for, man. I'm not ready for this season to be over already. And God knows how long until we will be diving into season 2. But that said, if you want to see the full length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. You will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes of a reaction to the entire episode because it's in a watch-along format. You also get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover here on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, to try to make it worth your while since you're already way to support the channel. And guys, if you enjoy this reaction, I would really appreciate it if you leave a like and drop a comment and subscribe if you're not already, because it really does go a long way with helping us out here. And with that all said and down the way, guys, let's go ahead and hop into episode 8. Here we go.
How much do we have left? Venison, elk, rabbit. Maybe a week. 2 at best. I sensed doubt in there. If you haven't lost faith in you, David, you're just scared. Not from them.
Interesting.
It's been, the last 6 months have been hard.
For you guys who might not know, that was Troy Baker. He played Joel in the game. And like when he started to talk a little bit there and the southern twang started to creep in, I just heard a little bit of that Joel.
I'm gonna be right back, okay?
Nice little Easter egg right there. Man, that endless forest, man. I'd be concerned about finding my way back. I mean, at least there's no snowfall right now to fill in the tracks.
What do you think? I don't see anybody. You think we can just take it? Quickly, whoever shot it's probably nearby.
Don't! Drop your rifles! Now! Turn and face me. Slow. Any sudden moves, I put one right between your eyes. Ditto for
So I guess he's David.
My name is David. This is my friend James. We're from a larger group, women, children, and we're all very, very hungry.
I'm from a large group too. Also hungry.
You can't drag this back on your own. We're not asking for charity. We can trade you for some of the deer. We have, what do you need? We have boots.
Medicine? Like for infections.
We do. Back in our village, you're welcome to follow us.
I'm not following you anywhere. Buddy boy can go get it. He comes back, you get half the deer. Anyone else shows up, I put one right between
your eyes.
That's right.
Bring back 2 bottles and a syringe. It's not code, James. That's it. You know, you really shouldn't be out here all on your own.
From where I'm sitting, you shouldn't be out here on your own.
Fair enough. And for what it's worth, there's room for you in our group, if you want.
You're inviting me to your hunger club? Thanks.
It's true, we're hungry, but we're still here.
Is this some weird cult thing?
Well, you sort of kind of got me there. I am a preacher, but just pretty standard Bible stuff.
The whole world ended and you still believe that shit.
I actually started believing after the world ended. Before that, I was a teacher. Math, taught kids about your age.
So you went from teacher to preacher because what, it fucking rhymes?
Yeah, exactly.
But seriously.
Well, I found God after the apocalypse, which is either the best time or the worst time to find him. Hard to say.
Fair. That is fair.
I believe everything happens for a reason. It does. It does. I can prove it to you.
Okay.
We didn't expect this winter to be so cruel. Nothing will grow. Game's been hard to find. So I sent 4 of our people to a nearby town to to scavenge what they could, and only 3 of them came back. And the one that didn't was a father. He had a daughter just like you, and her dad was taken from her. Turns out he was murdered by this crazy man. And get this, that crazy man was traveling with a little girl. You see? Everything happens for a reason. James, lower the gun.
She is the one that killed Alec, isn't she?
She didn't kill anybody. Did you bring the medicine?
Yeah, but...
Throw it to her. I know you're not with a group. You won't survive for long out there. I can protect you.
I like the way they parsed that scene out, man. I did. It was so good. I like this guy as David, though. His because he's not even conscious. I don't believe so. Like his natural like lean in to rest his head on hers.
What is it?
Venison.
I like, again, it's another group they're giving a little dimension to. I mean, you kind of picked up a little here and there about it, but like seeing the community more, it's interesting. I love all of these expansions because while it doesn't absolve any of the things that happened or any of the other groups do or whatever, you at least kind of see where they come from a very human perspective. Regardless.
Stay alert. If this man's not already dead, he's dangerous.
About the girl.
We bring her back with us.
I don't mean to question your sense of mercy, David. We can let her go. We bring that girl back with us. She's just another mouth to feed.
If we leave her out here, she'll die.
Yeah, maybe that's God's will.
I love that they're giving Troy so much work to do. That's more than I really remember with James, at least.
There are men coming, okay? I'm gonna lead them away from you. But if anybody makes it down here, you fucking kill them. You got it? Joel. Hey, motherfuckers!
Alive!
I got her!
On Joel, buddy. It might need to get up, man. Oh, God. That actually startled me, dude.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. Oh, that looked just like Joel, though. So, like, I was, like, freaking out because I don't know what they're going to change, what they're going to do in the show, though. So I was like, wait, fuck, hold on, what's happening? Oh.
Leave him alone. You're next.
So they left 3.
I don't know any girl.
Jesus!
Marco.
No. Focus right here.
She's alive.
Where?
The town. What town?
Dude, that penicillin kicked its ass in. Adrenaline probably helps a lot, though, too.
It's not a real town name. You're gonna point to where we are and where your resort is. And it better be the exact same spot your buddy points to. It's where we are. I swear. No! No! Shit! Why the fuck did you do that? He told you what you wanted. You motherfucker, fuck you. I ain't telling you shit.
It's okay.
No.
I believe him.
No.
Yep.
You're gonna chop me up into little pieces.
I'd rather not. Please, just tell me your name.
Yeah, before they got that deer, they were eating her dad. That one girl's dad.
People, you sick fuck!
It was a last resort. You think it doesn't shame me? But what was I supposed to do? Let them starve? These people who put their lives in my hands, who expect me to keep them safe, who love me?
Yeah, maybe.
You see a lot. So do I. And you know what I see when I look at you? Me. You remind me of me. You're
We're not so
natural
different,
leader.
you and I.
You're smart, loyal, violent.
You don't know anything about me.
But I do. If I let you out of that cage right now, put that knife of yours in your hand, you'd stick me in a second. You have a violent heart. And I should know. I've always had a violent heart, and I struggled with it for a long time. But then the world ended, and I was shown the truth.
Right. By
Then he
God.
could put it on display.
By cordyceps. What does cordyceps do? Is it evil? No. It's fruitful. It multiplies. It feeds and protects its children. And it secures its future with violence if it must.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because you can handle it the way the others can't. They need God. They need heaven. They need a father. You don't. You're beyond that. I'm a shepherd surrounded by sheep, and all I want is an equal, a friend.
What about my friend?
Fucked up.
Think of what we could do together. As strong as we are, we'd grow, spread out, and we'd do whatever we needed for our people.
Like cordyceps.
Imagine the life we could build.
Oh, that was so much scummier. That was so much scummier.
Let's see what I go tell the others now.
Ellie,
What?
tell them that Ellie is the little girl who broke her fucking finger!
How did you put it? Tiny little pieces?
Oh.
Wait, don't do it, please don't do it, please don't!
Had your chance.
No, I'm infected. Roll up my sleeve, look at it. Look at it!
Smart, 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 smart.
What did you say? Everything happens for a reason, right?
Oh, goddamn.
No, she would have turned by now. This isn't real.
That looks pretty fucking real to me.
Oh! Bye, Troy. It was really nice having Troy in here, man.
I know you're not infected. No one infected fights this hard to stay alive. What's the secret? Or are you just that fucking special? No one likes being humiliated, Ellie. You don't know how good I am. You don't know what I could have given you if you had just let me. You see, I've changed my mind. I've decided you do need a father. So I'm gonna keep you. And I'm gonna teach you.
I don't remember any of those undertones in the game, so I don't know if that's wholly added or not.
I thought you already knew. The fighting is the part I like the most. Don't be afraid. There's no fear in love.
It's me. It's me. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, baby girl. I got you.
All right, man. Damn. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. They nailed this. They captured the intensity of this thing spot on. The eerie desperation, the slimy disgustingness of every bit of it, and somehow manages to make it even more gross. Unless I completely misremember, I don't remember the lovey-dovey aspect of it. Editing Omni here, so afterwards I did go back and check all of the David and Ellie scenes to see if I was missing just how strong these undertones were, and the cage scene plays out pretty much exactly the same. However, everything else outside of that scene, they added. And they just made it so much more uncomfortable and so much more gross, dude. I hope I didn't give too much away, but just my reactions knew it was coming. It's hard to like not just kind of wince when you kind of know what's coming. I think they were alluding to that pretty heavily though. So I hope I didn't ruin that. I mean, obviously anybody watching this should have already watched the episode by now, obviously. I mean, they were like, we're gonna bury him tonight, right? They're like, ground, nope, not tonight. Ground's too icy. We can't do burying up here because we need to chop him up and then feed him to you because we didn't have any food until they got that nice, they won out after this and they actually managed to succeed and like stave off Ellie. They had a horse and they had a fresh full deer. But yeah, man, dude, Troy Baker, dude, I don't remember James having that many lines in the game or that much to do, but they really kind of rounded him out. Like, and he making him this kind of like almost pseudo detractor and giving him this kind of like depth where, again, he was like, I don't know if I'm okay with what we're doing anymore, but he's still doing it to survive at the end of the day. Like they all are, because it is like, what else do you do? And they did like humanize, because we get to see a little bit more of the community aspect of it and the desperation to provide. But then you go into David's head, and then you creep into his motivations, the machinations behind the mask that he puts on, and it makes them that much worse. Yeah, and the stealth Joel and the stealth. I combined Stealth and Joel when I was talking there. Him like Joeling around, Stealth and murking everybody in the town. And then we did get the interrogation scene with the map and the knee and the knife. Whoo, man. Dude, the Joel coming in, the desperation to find her, and then her having to actually do this all on her own, and she does. It just shows just how much of a fighter she is and can be. She did this all on her own. You know, she took care of Joel, and she took care of them. She didn't need him in that moment, anything other than emotional support in the end. The desperation, the fear, the disgust, like you felt every ounce of that from Bella in this, as Ellie is just chopping down on him after that. Oh, man. Whew, dude, this might be my favorite episode. It's just so good. Just leaves us with the finale. Leaves us with Salt Lake City, man. I don't think the finale's that long from what I remember, too. Yeah, it's only 43 minutes with credits. Which the next section, like the whole next bit, you know, it's not going to take a lot of time. So I feel like they can get through all of that just fine. There's just a couple of moments I do hope we linger on. And with the way they've kind of been setting up, I can't say that, but we'll get to it eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, with the way things are going right now, yeah, I feel like that's a fine amount of time to really close things out, as long as we kind of take a little bit of time to kind of linger on certain elements that I think were very iconic for the characters, for the feeling, the vibe, and the themes of the game. And I think that should leave them with plenty of time to do the rest of it. It's not a very long segment once you actually get into the meat of it. So I imagine I should say I believe that should suffice, at least from where we are right now. But I really liked this episode a lot, man. Where I felt like some of the tension maybe was lessened in certain elements of it. Not here, dude. While there is that, like, you're in the driver's seat tension, you know, trying to get away from David and stuff like this, because it's a very cat and mouse stealth section with him. And they encapsulated that very well. Without putting you in the driver's seat, they managed to capture that tension beautifully. And the desperation and the horror of being in Ellie's situation. The way they encapsulated David was also really well done. I think the casting was an interesting choice, because David in the game, like, he comes off very much in the same way. Open arms, welcoming, like that, like, friendly facade. But I gotta say that, like, the guy that they cast in here has a much friendlier demeanor. So it makes that turn all the more eerie and all the more believable for Ellie to maybe buy into what they're saying there initially until the turn happens. And that whole scene within the cabin, beautifully executed. Now there is a whole, like, section in there, and this is one of those gameplay moments where, again, I'm completely okay with them removing. I like what they did with it. I love what they did with it. They managed to take all of the elements that mattered and translated that emotion out of it into the screen and into the moment, because it's very real. It's very grounded, as a lot of these things are, when you find that perfect balance. I just want to get that out there, because there's some people, like, just like based on some things that I've said, were just completely taken out of context, and a lot of words were put in my mouth regarding this that I want this to be exactly like the game. If I want to watch the game, watch the game. And it has never at all been what I've said. What I've said has been I wanted particular moments to be adapted to keep the feeling of it, not a one-for-one. Again, I just wanted that to clear that up. They nailed it in this one, man. Like, 10 out of 10. Nailed it. 11 out of 10. Nailed it. Whew, dude, even though I knew, like, like, the way this was so well executed and adapted, it almost tricked me into, like, believing this is the first time I'm watching it again. Because it is, like, a completely shift in medium, obviously, but, like, it plays out almost exactly the same. And every time, I'm like, oh, fuck! Because it's just wild, man. Anyway, I love this episode. I cannot wait to get into the finale, even though I don't want this to be over so soon, because it feels like we only just started not too long ago, man. But this show's so good. It's so good. It's so fucking good. It's too good. After this, I really, really hope that other studios and people just take a lot of these video game stories to heart and take them seriously. The ones that need it, at least. Because I think Illumination's probably leaning in the right direction for something like Mario. But like for the other stories like this, you know, Resident Evil, while Resident Evil's not like this grounded, like iconic tale, I do think it has this like genre seriousness that just keeps all of these adaptations that come out for that from ever touching greatness. Hell, I think Silent Hill was pretty close, but like, you know, there's a couple other things like the Halo show, man. The Halo show. God, the potential that could have had if it was in these hands, dude. Son of a bitch. But yeah, man, I love what they're doing. Pedro and Bella, man. Pedro and Bella. Dynamic duo. So good. And it brings me joy to see the original Joel in here given a role that was in the game, but like given a fleshed out role. He got to linger around. He got to play around in this a little bit, and you could see a little bit of those Joelisms kind of creeping out from some aspects of his performance in there. But yeah, I'm excited that they got to keep him in here in some way. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, and I would love to know what you guys thought. So we'll carry on that conversation after the video. If you want to see the full length reaction, remember it's on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sher, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Raven McGann, Jeffrey Hale, M. Sephiroth, Jake Cantrell, Josh Lee, and Aaron Myers. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. That's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all next week with the finale. Take care, everybody.